was with someone a long time ago.
You are not arresting me?
No, not this time.
Thank you.
Come on.
It's a groovy thing to do.
The thing that gives me the greatest joy and satisfaction about the film festival is seeing people walk out of those theaters affected by the movies and changed.
They're all laughing and crying and participating in emotional feelings with their friends and neighbors, and it's just a tremendous thing.
The Atlanta Jewish Film Festival is one of the great cultural opportunities that we have in Atlanta.
It's a fun night. You're going to have the chance to see good films. It's a rare opportunity to see a collection of international films with a Jewish subject.
The film festival has been one of the most remarkable births in the city. It has coalesced and mobilized the very best of Jewish people and of creative people.
We welcome people reaching out to us.
You're talking about the second largest Jewish film festival in the country out of over 110, and we are not the second largest market. So to be able to have that kind of passion and enthusiasm for what we do makes it very special.
This festival is important because it brings the Jewish community together, and it gives you a great sense of identity.
Jews are natural born filmmakers. I mean, we hear the word cut before any other religion.
The tagline for the American Jewish Committee is bridge building. And movies build bridges.
It shows that love, family life, and even prejudices transcend the socio-religious barriers that we all have.
The intention is for deepening understanding, for learning more about ourselves, for helping us explain ourselves to others, bringing others into our experience.
There is still fighting to be done.
Life is not only about politics. There is so much more. And by this experience that this festival offers every year, the diversity of those life experiences
I'm pregnant.
really put you in touch with the human story.
I have something to tell everyone too. I'm a lesbian. I like women.
Sherry and I love movies.
Seriously, I think, I don't want you to film this. This is off the record.
You guys always agree about the movies?
No. Rarely.
Sometimes. Is something that's missing here.
Anything she thinks is good, I usually don't.
That's a total exaggeration, first of all.
American Radical, the trials of Norman Finkelstein, I think everybody felt that the subject matter is very controversial.
In the film selection process, when a film comes up which is very controversial,
I'm all for dealing with sensitive subjects.
The committee is energized.
My God, it was like the audience was mesmerized.
Why are we showing a film about a crazy guy? That's where the dysfunction comes in.
I thought the guy was intensely irritating.
I think this guy would come. Now, if you want to bring him in. No, really?
I mean, the guy is a nut.
And the film shows that. There can be some real deep arguments about what's right to show. It allows us to hear some very tough things that people say about Jews and Israel.
It gets very heated.
But I think it should be shown.
You don't raise your hand here. I mean, you do if you want to.
It's all heat and no light.
We're much more dynamic than that. For us, it's a way of building on ideas.
The production values were really good. I found it poorly acted.
Imagine getting a room full of Jews to agree about anything, much less something so subjective as what makes a great movie.
I love the movie.
And what makes a film Jewish.
Nope. No. Not Jewish.
He
did have this Jewish soul.
I did not know what I was getting into my very first meeting. I was late, and there was just a huge ruckus going on in the room. I kept waiting for, somebody to kind of direct the meeting.
Kirk Dornbush got involved in the film festival and proud and new to the Jewish community and willing to learn and engage and connect on lots of different ways. But I noticed in the meeting that he sat very quietly and didn't say a word.
She says, "You're probably used to raising your hand, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah, exactly." And she goes, "Well, honey, you're a Jew now. You just got to jump right in there."
I like the socialization aspect of the Jewish Film Festival. What's better than hanging around a bunch of Jews, assuming that you're not related to them?
We have a very enthusiastic and large audience, and when you squeeze that many people into a tight space and they're all clamoring to be the first in to the theater, that creates a certain dynamic that's interesting, shall we say.
It's High Holy Days all over again. There's 17,000 people who want to have the best seats in the house and don't want to wait in line.
Anybody else got questions out there? Yeah, go ahead.
Sometimes people get mad at the person discussing the film afterwards.
Even though I felt like I was slammed up against the wall and all the wind was knocked out of me, it's the kind of movie I'll never forget.
And that's one of the other pleasures of the Jewish Film Festival in Atlanta, is that the audience is not shy about expressing its opinion, especially if they think the speaker is an idiot.
We haven't had to get law enforcement involved in our crowd control issues, but it's getting to that point.
No matter what your background is, you will always find something to laugh about and something that will inspire you at the Atlanta Jewish Film Festival.
Well, it's pretty powerful. You see all these different situations that I say you're not living day to day.
I do believe that film can challenge, and I do believe that film can help build a community.
Even though I'm not Jewish myself, it touches my heart, and so I come.
I think the festival has really stepped up in doing what a festival should do, which is to not give in to politics.
Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free!
They're not afraid to show any kinds of films. They'll just generate discussion.
You have two choices. Or you begin now to work, or I'll put you again in prison, and I'll take somebody else, and you go back to Africa.
One of the goals of the film festival is really to move people out of their safe spaces when it comes to their thoughts about Jewish life, about Israel.
I think when you stop criticizing yourself, when you stop making fun of yourself, when you stop sharing with people your hardships and sorrows, it means that you are protective, and it means that you are weak.
Not all of Jewish life is positive. And there's loads of controversy in Jewish life, and I think that there's no better place of airing those issues than in film.
Truth is not always pretty or glossy.
Jews have always been self-critical.
Go, go, go! Get out! You think I want to see any of you? Get out!
Being able to laugh at ourselves.
Drive carefully.
Even though for some people that's makes them very uncomfortable.
Most of my funny moments are in hindsight only. At the moment, they might not be all that funny.
My first opening night as director of the film festival, the film projector caught fire right as we're preparing to show the opening night film.
Kenny pulls me aside and says, "Don't worry, the fire's out, but we're going to start on time anyway." That's funny now. It was not funny then.
Our sponsors are extremely important to the success of the film festival.
We could not put on the film festival without them.
The Coca-Cola Company was more than pleased to step up and be one of the first corporate sponsors of the festival. We knew that it would be meaningful, not just to the Jewish community, but to the broader community.
To our many, many sponsors who have supported us generously, thank you.
Thank you and thank you and thank you, and we wouldn't be here without you.
Is there any more groveling you'd like to do for the sponsors?
You know, I will do a soft shoe, I'll sing, but actually I think those would make the numbers go down, so I think I'll just stop while I'm ahead.
And to the festival for 10 wonderful years, we salute you.
If I had to sum up in a single word what it's like to be a new Jew in the Atlanta community and part of this festival, that word would be home. The film festival and Jewish films at their core are stories about Jewish journeys. And Lord knows I'm just beginning my journey, so it's very appropriate that this is the first thing I've been involved in.
What parts of Jewish life have you not embraced?
I have not tried gefilte fish yet. Big fan of matzo ball soup, though. Big fan of matzo ball soup.